start by concealing my under eye circles, and what I'm going to use for this is the Collection 2000 Illuminating Touch Light Diffusing Concealer, and I'm just going to pop that underneath my dark circles to just brighten them up a little bit. Next I'm just going to powder that with my Stay Matte powder to just set it all in place. To fill in my brows today, I'm going to be using the number 7 Amazing Eyes pencil in 10 brown, and I am just going to follow the shape of Marilyn Monroe's eyebrows and trying to fill them in as similar as possible. Because my eyebrows are a little bit too dark for this wig and Marilyn Monroe's eyebrows weren't this dark, I'm going to be going in with a eyebrow powder, and I'm going to be using the Collection eyebrow kit, and I'm going to take the lightest shade and a little eyebrow brush like this, and I'm going to sort of crumble the brush side into the lightest shade, and I'm then going to brush that through my eyebrows. Next we can move on to contouring, and to contour I'm going to be using a foundation powder that is a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, and the one I'm going to be using is the Double Perfection Lumiere Long Wear Flawless Sunscreen Powder Makeup. This is in 80 Beige, and this is a really good powder foundation, and I like to use this to contour with, because it's just, like I said, a few shades darker and it's matte, so that's perfect. So I'm going to take a little brush like this and swirl it around in there a little bit, and then pop that in the hollows of my cheekbones. Now we can move on to the eyes, and for the eyes I'm going to be using the Sleek Makeup Palette, and this is in All Natural 601. From this we're going to be using the white shade, which is this one here, so I'm just going to use that as a base colour for the whole of the lid. I'm also going to pop that on my brow bone to highlight it. Now I'm going to be moving on to the Naked 2 palette, and from this palette I'm going to be using Tease, and this is going to be my sort of like transition colour, and it's also going to define the crease. So I'm using the fluffy end of my Naked 2 palette brush, and I'm very lightly popping that into the crease. I'm taking it a little bit higher than I usually would because Marilyn's lid space was very large, and this will just sort of recreate that. I'm going to blend it out really well. Marilyn's eyeliner was always very elongated but nothing too crazy, so I'm going to try and recreate that using a felt tip liner. The one I'm going to be using is Scandalous Eyes by Rimmel. It looks like this. It's one of my favourite eyeliners ever. Marilyn's makeup artist would sometimes do this trick where he would take a matte brown shadow, so I'm just going to go in with the eyebrow palette that I used, and I'm going to take that on a thin brush, and I'm going to extend the lower lash line. This will sort of create an illusion of a shadow of my lashes, which makes your lashes look much more heavier and makes your eyes look really sleepy, which is a look that Marilyn would often sport. To slightly open up my eyes and make them look a little bit more awake, I'm going to be using a white eyeliner, and the one I'm going to be using is Unclouded by Sigma. It looks like this, and I'm just going to be popping that on my waterline and dragging that into the inner corner. Next are of course the eyelashes, and I'm going to be using the Mega Plush by Maybelline, and this is a gorgeous mascara. It makes your lashes really long and really volumized, so that's why I love it. Of course no Marilyn Monroe makeup look would be finished without some false lashes, so I'm just going to put some demi lashes on and I'll be right back. So my eyelashes are now on and we can now move on to the cheeks. I'm going to be using a Bobbi Brown blush today to just give my face a little bit of colour. Marilyn would always use some sort of pink blush. Once that's done, you can move on to the lips. I'm going to be going for a typical red Marilyn Monroe lip. As a matter of fact, she didn't actually always have a red lip. Sometimes she would wear pink lipstick, but on film it just looked red. And to line my lips, I'm going to be using a Barry M lip liner in red. I'm just going to try and follow my lip shape, but trying to make it look similar to hers, if that makes any sense. My lipstick choice for this makeup look is a lipstick by Astor, and this is in shade Red Couture in 205. Next, I'm going to be going in with another lipstick. And this one is by Collection 2000. It's in shade Cherry Pop 8, and it's a lighter shade of red to just highlight my inner part of the lip and make it look more plump and full. Next, I'm going to be using a clear lip gloss, and this one is by Revlon Colour Stay Overtime Lip Colour. It looks like this. It's got a red end to it, but all I'm going to be using is the clear lip gloss side. As a last finishing touch, I'm going to contour my nose. Marilyn would often contour her nose to make it look much slender and shorter. So what I'm going to be doing is creating a shadow on the tip of my nose to create an illusion of a shorter nose. And I'm just using a brown neutral matte shadow to do this. The last thing to do is add Marilyn's signature beauty mark, and to do that I'm going to be using a matte brown shadow from my eyebrow kit, and ever so lightly dabbing a little dot just above my smile line. And we are done. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is definitely a wearable look if you lose the beauty mark and the wig. I think it's really fun and really classy and just very beautiful. I think it would photograph really well as well. So if you guys try to recreate this, please tag me on Instagram. My Instagram will be at the end of this video. If you want to go follow me on there, that would be great. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye. Me and my mum are a bit perfume obsessed, so she knows that I really like perfumes. So my parents got me the Chanel Coco Mademoiselle